What's up, everybody? It's Kenny Johnson at Johnson's Holistic Farm. I just wanted to show y'all my old chicken coop, chicken tractor before I take it apart. This was where I kept my laying hens, and I would just move them every couple weeks and moved them in electric net fence like I have over here. That's what I got my little chickens in. But I bought a new coop. It's over there in the background. So I'm about to take this thing apart. This is going to be, I'm going to start using this for firewood. So it's just a little 5x9 trailer. It came with the wood on the bottom all the way around. They just put it on with these little U-bolt brackets, whatever you call them. They're just little U-bolts. I don't know if that's what you call them or not. So it already had the this one up front's bigger. It already had the wood around the edges when I bought it. And then I put the sides on it. It's got weird spacing in places, and then different boards up here. First it was just a trailer, and then I boxed it off and I made it a livestock trailer to haul goats with. So I didn't have a roof on it. I just put I put enough wood on the sides to keep them in. And then I just added some wood when I turned it into the chicken coop. So I guess I'll show y'all how I built it before I show everything else. Sorry, I had the wood on the sides like I said, so I just went every I'm not sure how I spaced them or why I spaced them that way. It's been a few years. I'm sure there's a few factors in that. But anyway, I just put some 2x down the edges of this every 2 feet or so. And then I've already taken my screws out, but I put 2 screws in each one. And I just boxed the sides off, and then the roof I just use 2x going across. It's not really holding any weight. It's just a couple pieces of tin up there. So yeah, I just boxed it off with old 2x. Most of these boards came from the house I tore down when I bought this land. This board up here, it moves, so that's adjustable. I wanted to show y'all the front. I just wanted to show y'all how I framed it out. I just filled it in with old 2x I had. But up here, there's an overhang, and I added this board here for that front wood. Keep you from hitting your head. I should have done that on the back, and I think I did that so I could take it down the road a little bit. I haven't taken it down the road much, or far, but I did that where I could get up 40 miles an hour without the tin bending backwards. But I had this overhang, so I took some chains. I did have them on both sides. I had a chain on each side and a water bucket. These are them nipple drinkers. This one's still over here because it's broke. I don't like these round ones. They have problems. You go to fill them up, and then these things, I mean, you got to keep them off the ground, and you know, if you drop it or whatever, it ruins them. And they got some that are like square. I like a lot better. I had some, but they broke. These are broke now. I'm gonna throw them away. And Premier One has some that look really nice. I'm gonna try the Premier One out and see how they are. But that's where I kept their water. I just kept 2 of those up front. I could hook the 4-wheeler up to this and move it every few weeks. And then like I said, I just framed it out with the old wood I had laying around and put a couple pieces of tin up top. That's just 3 pieces of tin. So in here, I went off the 2x I had, and I put a board across right here. This is just all, like I said, it's all junk wood I built this with. And I put one up here, and then up the front I put some some branches I cut. And I got a long branch up here, and then another piece of scrap wood right there. So they would all roost there and sleep there at night. Like I said, this board has some hooks in it. I put 3 hooks in it. It's adjustable. And then I put my bucket feeders there. So these are just 5-gallon buckets with a hole in the bottom and a eye bolt hanging. So they just play with that, and their grain will fall out. My new ones, I started putting a washer and a nut and Loctite on there. I did it before, but it fell off before, so I just didn't worry about it. And it's not really a big deal. But I made some new ones. I put some Loctite on there so they won't, the nuts won't fall out anymore. That eye bolt will stay where I want it. And then when they break, when the handles break, I just go back and I put some paracord. I drill a hole and tie a knot, put some paracord there, and put some carabiners. So keep 2 waterers up front, 2 feeders right there. And then I put 4 milk crates. I put 2 on each side, just screwed them to the 2x, and that's where they laid their eggs. And they've had their new coop a few months. It's a nice coop. I locked them in it for a week or 2 to train them to lay eggs and that, to force them to lay eggs and that. They got nice wall mount nesting boxes, and they was trained to that. And then they came across this, and I guess they missed it. My Americana, and I have a black sex link that's been laying in here. So it's about to get locked up because they just can't. I mean, they're roaming everything now, and that's how I like it. But then they start getting into everything, and then they start hiding their eggs. You know, these are all fresh, but when I first found them, I mean, it was like a dozen eggs, and I was like, well, I wonder how long those been there. So I just fed those eggs to the dogs. The key to this thing is, let's set this down already. It's a piece of cattle panel and then some wire from some dog kennels. So when I want to move them, I would just go out at night after they were already roosting, late in the evening, and I put this in here, and then I'd clip one of these carabiners. I got several on there, but you really just got to clip one. I'd clip one of those on here, and then they'd be locked in there. So the next morning I'd go out and I'd take their electric poultry net down, hook it up with 4-wheeler, move it, and put the fence up again, and good to go. So this worked great. I used it for a few years. There was some improvements I wanted to make. The main thing I would have done different is probably just make it taller so I could actually stand up in there. I like the wall mount nesting boxes that I got in the new coop. There's a few adjustments I was going to make, but I just got a deal on this coop, so I never did do any updates. And I need another trailer for firewood, so I'm going to take this apart and use it for that. But it's pretty good little chicken tractor for what it is. Like I said, it worked great for years. I would say it was cheap, but trailers ain't hardly cheap anymore. I bought this little trailer several years ago for like $500, and then all the wood was free. I paid for screws and the tin. So I mean, I built this thing for like $700 tops, but that was a couple years ago. It's hard to do that now. But that's pretty decent little chicken coop. If you want to need an idea, it works. But I'm gonna take this part now. That's it. I just wanted to show y'all where I did that. I'll see y'all later.